for their jungle. Eisenschildkrot playing on this Vel'Koz mid lane. It's a lot of long-range
Minions have spawned.
deletion available to the side of Zero Effort. You just like have a Nocturne jump in with the Shen ulti and Lifeform Disintegration Ray from all the way in the back line.
Right.
One thing that doesn't... You could even pop Hero's Entrance onto the Nocturne as he goes in as well. That's pretty strong, actually. A lot of global protection on the side of Zero Effort with this composition. On the other side, however, you got some interesting brawly champions, the Nautilus, the Kha'Zix, who's going to be kind of running in and out of these fights. Both junglers starting on their blue side. And then this is kind of, yeah, you kind of expect it to happen, the melee versus range support matchup. And Naked Beekeeper taking a little bit of damage from that Winds of War, but Kamui taking a lot more from those auto attacks. Seymour moving forward just to put some harass into Eisenschildkrot. Did hit the level 2 before he did, so he gets the command dissonance off.
Yeah, that was a great trade down there we just saw from Naked Beekeeper, and I mean, we see that from the early game of the Caitlyn, the lane bully she is.
Yeah, and that range versus melee support, you can't ever discount how difficult that can make a lane. Oh, but here's Aramar for the level 2 gank onto Regantis. He actually invaded the red buff, and he got a little bit of damage, but does not burn any summons. Kamui takes a lot of damage, and the Mantrid Q second proc. Silver Spade picks up first blood, but here's the jungler down here. White Knight shows his face, says, maybe I don't want this. He's gonna get rooted in place by that W, but Silver Spade misses the Q. White Knight, exhausted, has to flash himself out, and Naked Beekeeper will get the kill. Very big misplay on the side of Zero Effort.
Yeah, I don't know if White Knight should have been down there after he saw his AD carry go down, and Singularity was already low, so I don't really see a point in staying there.
Yeah, and not only that, but since Aramar went in, invaded, took away the red buff of White Knight, now has even taken away the Raptors, he's gonna get a 3 buff clear, because White Knight just pathing into his top side, which is completely gone, basically.
Yeah, he's gonna be so far ahead here. He's probably gonna hit level 4 coming up really quick.
Yeah, the red buff on the side of Treehouse Kid still available. Aramar can go pick that up whenever he wants. White Knight nowhere in a position to try and contest that one. But, oh, looks like he and Daddy's Milk are sitting in there trying to cheese the enemy jungler. They are on a ward, however, and this is a big waste of time by Aramar, in my opinion. He could just be power farming right now. He's already got the advantage over White Knight, but White Knight comes in because here's Gigantis with a Shadow Dash over the wall. Eisenschildkrot misses his Q, but he does land the Tectonic Disruption onto Daddy's Milk. White Knight goes so low. Seymour with the follow. Aramar has to back away. It forces White Knight out of the jungle once again.
Yeah, I mean, even though they didn't get a kill there, and we saw Aramar waste a little bit of time, that's actually really worth, because like you just said, that's gonna slow down the Nocturne's clear even more.
Okay, I'm not sure that it was really worth, because White Knight wasn't getting anything anyway, so and you didn't get a kill, so why not just be farming your bottom side jungle? Yeah, put yourself farther ahead.
That's a really, really good point, because I mean, he's still got all 3 camps in the bot lane, or in the bot side jungle open.
Cool. Kamui taking a lot of abuse from this bottom lane here, and Singularity not really able to return it for his AD carry. Kamui gonna be forced out of lane once again, still at only 12 CS, picks up a second Doran's Blade, and that's a really bad early game for Kamui's Lucian.
Yeah, Naked Beekeeper probably gonna back after this wave, and it's gonna be a very strong back. Actually, might not even need to, but it's probably about that time. Push the wave under tower and then back. Yeah, looks like that's what they're looking to do.
I'm wondering what Naked Beekeeper will pick up on his first back. Will he go for the BF Sword, or will he build that Bilgewater Cutlass into the Blade of the Ring King, like we've seen a lot of these crit-based AD carries do?
Yeah, I honestly really would like to see that too, and I think you're right. It looks like that's what he's going to be going for.
Yeah, the Vamp Scepter and the Dagger.
Yeah.
Definitely looking like it's going to be a Blade of the Ring King.
See, I really enjoy playing Caitlyn, and I actually haven't got to try this build yet, so I go for the standard BF Sword with the Renan's Hurricane, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, always one of my favorite builds, but I might have to try this one pretty soon.
It gives you... It's like you get a 1-item power spike on a champion that traditionally has a 3-item power spike.
Exactly.
Okay, we gonna face check the Silver Spade. There's the root going down. He's already used the Relentless Pursuit and does not land the Justice Punch. He's gonna taunt up Silver Spade. He's actually standing in Winds of War, taking a lot of damage. Kamui turning back some damage, but Naked Beekeeper getting the crits on. But here's White Knight. He has to flash away from the Fear Tether. White Knight does not have any mana to follow up with that one. But in the end, it's burns the Summoner spell from Naked Beekeeper.
Yeah, with that Vamp Scepter, Caitlyn's gonna be able to heal back up pretty quick here.
Yeah, Silver Spade coming out. Gonna take just a tiny bit of harass from that Winds of War.
I think, like you said, Aramar, I think, actually just wasted a little bit more time somewhere else, because if you take a look at the farm now, he's already caught back. White Knight's caught up, and he's been ganking more, unless we've missed maybe a gank in the top lane.
Yeah,
because
part of that has to do with the fact that Aramar has actually not taken his Raptors.
Yes.
Whereas White Knight's been able to like pick up some of those bigger farm camps like the Krugs and the Raptors.
Right.
Because Aramar actually was level 5 just before White Knight was, so...
So still probably ahead in XP, or obviously still ahead in XP, but...
A Naked Beekeeper moving forward aggressively, but his support was zoned back away, but Kamui actually takes the lesser end of that trade. The taunt's not going to land. Kamui actually forced away with burned his Summoner heal to avoid that Mantra Q. Singularity, rather. It's going to have to Justice Punch his way to safety.
Oh, Beekeeper just hit 6 as well.
Ace in the Hole will be available, but he doesn't. Koenig wants to hold on to it. There's the Piltover Peacemaker, but it's going to be blocked up by Singularity. But yeah, there's so much pressure being exerted on the bottom lane of Zero Effort right now. They're really just trying to stall out, let White Knight hit that level 6, which Aramar has already hit, by the way. White Knight needs to hit that level 6, has that Paranoia. But, I mean, the lane phase early ended by the bottom lane of Treehouse Kids taking away Tower First Blood.
Yeah, top lane pretty much as we thought it would probably go, just a major farm lane with these two major tanks.
I actually have no idea who should win this, just naturally start winning these trades. Oh, White Knight's gonna find Aramar here, and I think that the Nocturne might win this trade if he goes in with a Fear. Aramar turns it around with the Taste Their Fear, and Seymour's got it back with the Command Protect. He's gonna use the Paranoia, but he doesn't have the damage, and oh, actually, Daddy Smoke got that one with the Depth Charge. So just a little bit faster on the collapse from the Treehouse Kids, and White Knight gets taken out once again. Aizen Shieldcrawl walks into the ball, takes the shockwave. Aramar flashes for it, but he gets the barrier and the Stand United. Aramar going very low. There's the Lightborn Disintegration Ray, burning away onto Seymour. Regantis waiting for that Shadow Dash, doesn't have it back up. Aizen Shieldcrawl actually almost goes down there, has to back his way out.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to say everything about this Vel'Koz, because I cannot pronounce that name and I don't even want to try. So I'm gonna leave that to you every time.
I'm assuming it's German. I don't know. I don't know what it means. Regantis is gonna get the Shadow Dash on Daddy's Miller just to interrupt his recall. The Dredgeline pulls him back in, but this is just two tanks hitting each other. Not gonna be too much happening there. Aizen Shieldcrawl gifted over that blue buff by Aramar, a little bit over aggressive to flash in, jump in when he had the barrier and had the Stand United available. Alright, Silver Spade gonna try and root up Singularity. He actually Justice punches in. Aizen Shieldcrawl takes some punishment. Piltover Peacemaker lands on the Singularity. Here's looking for the taunt. He gets it onto Naked Beekeeper off the flash. Exhaust onto him. And here's White Knight. There's the hero's entrance just to give him some extra resistance as the exhaust goes down. Kamui looking for the auto attacks off. Naked Beekeeper still alive. The Yordle Snapchat and the Piltover Peacemaker. Meanwhile, Daddy's Smoke is teleported into the backline. He's wreaking havoc. The The Dragon goes down in favor of the Treehouse Kids. Meanwhile, Daddy's Milk looking for the last kill into Singularity. The red buff and Silver Spade will get it. The slow will force the flash out from Regantis, and disaster strikes for zero effort.
Man, that was great kiting we just saw from Naked Beekeeper to stay alive there and kind of draw that out so that they had time for Daddy's Milk to get in there. Was that a 3v4 there?
That was, I think, yeah, it was
kind of a spread out 3v4, I guess, so kind of running in one by one.
3v.
Yes. I mean, a big win there.
Yeah, Treehouse Kids really taking control of this game, and it all has to do with how dominant the bottom lane of the Treehouse Kids was in lane. That ranged versus melee support matchup that I'm always harping about is just so powerful when you can really abuse it, as Silver Spade and Naked Beekeeper have. And there's the Dredge Line on the Eisenschild Cross. It knocks him away with the Tectonic Disruption, and Singularity here to back him up. Justice Punch knocks him into the air. White Knight comes out the brush, and there's the taunt onto Daddy's Milk. Will he be giving up his life? Depth Charge goes down. He's got the shield, but he will finally fall down.
Yeah, overstaying a little bit there, knowing that they had all spawned and had been up for a little while.
Yeah, but then you see on the other side, Seymour and Aramar denying more of White Knight's jungle on the bottom side.
Exactly.
Or the top side, rather. Treehouse Kids trying to get some deep vision into the enemy jungle, just so they can know where White Knight is, where he's trying to paranoia in from.
Yeah, I really like that they rotated Seymour into the top lane during that. Maybe not now.
Gonna get rooted up over the wall. Oh, Shockwave gonna pull in Regantis, and here's Aramar. He jumps in. Regantis already used the Shadow Dash. Taste their fear. Aramar picks up a kill. Eisenschild throws down the slow over the side. Paranoia comes in, and Naked Beekeeper's eliminated. Silver Spade is taking the left from Disintegration Ray. There's the smite from White Knight. The calling coming out. Not gonna get the slow. Will it be enough? Silver Spade's still running. He gets the shield off. The Q doesn't land, and they all have to back away. Meanwhile, the Treehouse Kids solo lane, or mid lane and jungler up in the top lane are going to be able to take away second tower for themselves.
Man, what dodges from Silver Spade there to get out of that. Kind of drew out a little bit of extra time. I bet that top tower would have gone down regardless, but...
I think that if they're going to be able to win this one, they kind of just have to make... I think Zero Effort really wants to split the map, because you've got essentially 3 global ultimates on their side. You can just split the map when somebody pushes up to match you, then you just have your globals collapse on that one person and get a numbers advantage.
Yeah, I completely agree. We'll see what they do.
Naked Beekeeper's already got his Blade of the Ruin King, compared to Kamui's only got the Bilgewater, not even having the recurve bow completed yet. Now Daddy's Milk gets a deep ward as they try to deny White Knight's red buff. White Knight actually recalling, gets found by Silver Spade. Montrud Q used the spell shield, but he's gonna get rooted in place. Silver Spade throws down another Q, but here's Kamui, turns it around, and Silver Spade has to back away. Daddy's Milk trading into Regantis in the top lane.
Yeah, I think Daddy's Milk is winning these trades unless we came up.
Oh, Aramar brings the ball in, but the Shockwave comes up short, and Eisenschild looks like he barely survived that one, having to use his barrier. I know Silver Spade was looking for it, but here Singularity taunts him up. The Monster Q, he'll take it. The Yordle Snap Trap and the headshots coming out. Singularity has to back away now. Kamui, too low range to really do anything against Naked Beekeeper, who's very much ahead of him now. Look at the damage onto him. Aramar jumps over, looking for the assassination on the Singularity. He's taking tower shots. Get the calling summoner. He'll keep them alive. Paranoia comes in onto Silver Spade, throws out the Q. Aramar will live, but Silver Spade will pay the price. There's the hero's entrance coming out, and Zero Effort forced them away.
Yeah, there's that combination we just saw, that Shen Nocturne duo. Very nice. As well as, I mean, we did see the Galio come in as well, but not as much needed. They might be able to get a good push. Probably not with this Caitlyn with the wave clear that she's going to have.
And Daddy's Milk putting a lot of pressure on the top lane whenever Regantis uses that Stand United to go to the other side of the map.
Right, right. I mean, we really haven't talked about the lead he has either. He's got 2 kills, 1 death, 1 assist, but he's also almost 35 CS up.
Yeah, holy cow.
So, I mean, that is a pretty big advantage there as well.
Yeah, because Regantis has been trying so hard to use that Stand United to help his team out. He's been away from lane a lot more than Daddy's Milk has.
Yes, they have to make sure that when Regantis uses that ultimate that they make something happen, so like you just said, it's not wasted, and not to let Daddy's Milk take advantage. Still a winnable game here, though, for Zero Effort. If they can use that comp, like you said, maybe split up the map, divide it.
So Singularity feels the need to flash away. I think he actually was able to break that tether just by walking at that point, but better safe than sorry. Using the Winds of War to just try and clear out the wave. Oh, Shockwave pulls in Singularity, nice and Shilkroat. There's the paranoia, but he's in by himself. Has to back away immediately. Exhaust goes down. Eisen Shilkroat trying to throw out the damage. Seymour gets slowed up. Nobody will die.
Yeah, I think Beekeeper was a little bit low on mana to use the ultimate there, but probably would have been blocked anyways. Still gonna get a lot of damage down on this turret.
Look at the damage that he's just putting under Kamui with those auto attacks.
Yeah, and I don't even think that Beekeeper is back since the last time you mentioned that he had that Borg finish, so he's gonna come back even stronger.
Treehouse Kids secure a second Cloud Dragon. Early smite there from Aramar. Means Seymour will get it. Shadow Dash on the Daddy's Milk. They're just trying to trade autos back and forth, and nothing will happen because it's Nautilus versus Shen. Eisen Shilkroat trying to do his best to play from a safe distance. Yeah, I think they can still actually win team fights, because if Treehouse Kids were to commit really hard onto a single person like White Knight, who's charging into the backline, for example, they just pop Hero's Entrance and Stand United. That makes him deceptively hard to kill with all those bonus resistances and that gigantic shield.
He does a lot more damage than I would have thought, seeing what he just did to that Karma, or was the Orianna in that last fight.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but also look at the vision control that Treehouse Kids have in the top jungle and boss side jungle. That's exactly what you want here.
All of Zero Effort's vision is completely defensive in their own side of the jungle. Regantis actually taking a little bit of damage from Daddy's Milk. He needs to be very careful.
Yeah, we see White Knight looking for that ultimate. Probably not going to get an opportunity yet to use it. They do have vision.
Yeah, and White Knight, he's 3-3, so he can get to that point where you are a Nocturne that can just blow somebody up with your ultimate combo. You just gotta get it onto the right person and then deliver in the Hero's Entrance and the Stand United for that AoE CC with the Shadow Dash. So Zero Effort trying to group up in the mid lane. Maybe they're going to look for a push onto this mid lane tower. Let Eisen Shilkroat harass from very long range. Poke him out of lane. Here's Regantis and Daddy's Milk trading once again. Regantis starting to win out in these trades, but Daddy's Milk says, okay, I'm going to pop my Riptide now. And Aramar going for the very damage-heavy Kha'Zix build. He's gone for a Warrior Enchant and then a Serrated Dirk for some lethality. This is the assassinate somebody with your Taste Their Fear Kha'Zix. I don't really know about the Ionian Boots of Lucidity. I feel like you don't get as much from it as Kha'Zix. Oh, but here's White Knight. Daddy's Milk gonna get jumped on here. Speared up. There's the depth charge. Knocks them both into the air. But White Knight going very low. Here's the Hero's Entrance to keep him alive. Gets the resistances. The Stand United shield comes out too. And they do pick off Daddy's Milk.
There's a little example of what you were trying to say. Also, they had the map divided. They were being really patient. They weren't losing any towers or anything. And then they see an opportunity in 3-man top with those global ultimates. So, which they didn't even necessarily need the Nocturne ultimate or use it.
Yeah, but the thing now is they have they commit a lot to that. So but it was at their tower. They're not going to be able to get any objectives off of it. And the Treehouse Kids are able to force this mid lane down. Then that's all for naught.
Yeah, very true. This mid turret's been pretty low on health for a while now, but somehow they are holding it off. This might be the end of that.
They're using the culling and the Winds of War, but it will finally go down. Treehouse Kids pick up their 3rd tower of the game, and that's all 3 outer towers unanswered for Treehouse Kids.
Yeah, 5K gold lead on the side of Treehouse Kids here.
Alright, so they're moving Daddy's Milk into the bottom lane. Really rather interesting.
Yeah, are they going to maybe move this Orianna to the top lane, or what do you think they're going to try to do here? Because I see Beekeeper moving bottom.
Yeah, it looks like they're just getting ready to try and force down that bottom lane tower with that minion wave that's building up. Eisenshield Crow pretty low on mana, relatively speaking, and he's just very slowly clearing out this minion wave in the mid. I mean, Zero Effort is going to be a little bit behind on the play. Justice Punch forward. Silver Spade going to get taunted up. No, because he's too fast, gets the shield and runs himself out of there.
Yeah, if Treehouse Kids play this right... Oh,
Dredge line onto Kamui. He's trading back, but doesn't even break the Titan's Wrath shield.
If the Treehouse Kids play this right, they could really try to siege this tower down and then rotate right towards the dragon, which is spawning in a minute. And maybe even move towards mid or get it back for more items.
Yeah, alright. 4 members here in the bottom lane. Aramar with his finished Duskblade of Drakthar is pushing in that wave mid, and they force them away. Dredgeline actually pulls in Kamui. The Shockwave misses, and there's the Paranoia into the backline. Naked Beekeeper almost goes down. The Lifeborn Disintegration Ray, will it be enough? No, because he gets the shield. He flashes himself out of there. White Knight exhausted and taken out. Focused down by all of the Treehouse Kids, but there's Regantis. He shadow dashes onto Daddy's Milk. There's another taunt. Taunts him right in place. Justice Punch knocks him in the air, and he gets the taken out. Naked Beekeeper exhausted. He gets the Mantra Shield to run himself out of there. He's trying to kite back. Regantis doesn't take too much damage, but they do lose the tower in the mid as Aramar just shoving that one in.
Man, I didn't even notice Aramar staying in
and yeah, now he's gone into the backline. Regantis gets the Spirit's Refuge, the flash away. Singularity is here as well. Here's Kamui with the culling, and Aramar not able to get anything, but no, he flashes onto Eisenshield Crow and ticks him off. Meanwhile, Naked Beekeeper splitting the map. Treehouse Kids, they get everything.
Yeah, wow, great play all the way around from Aramar. They're moving into the mid lane. Sure, they lost somebody, but they got someone in return, plus a tower.
Yeah, and now the Teleport coming in to keep that minion alive as Naked Beekeeper rips the tower apart. Daddy's Milk standing right in there. They're gonna get this one. The minions have died, however. It's so low, it will finally go down. The inhib is exposed in the bottom lane. The Treehouse Kids backing away just to be safe as Aramar takes away the 3rd Cloud Dragon for Treehouse Kids.
Yeah, that was a huge gain right there for Treehouse Kids. Almost 9K up now. Was just 5. Great rotating, great decision making.
Yeah, and they're splitting the map really hard and then able to kite away from the engage from Zero Effort. They're just not making... They're not able to find the Stand United and the Hero's entrance onto White Knight when he jumps into the backline.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with Beekeeper's positioning in this game right now because, I mean, there's so many times where the Nocturne, I keep thinking he's going to actually get her down and kill her, but we haven't seen that.
Yeah, but Silver Spade and Seymour have been doing a great job exhausting him the instant he comes in.
Exactly, exactly. And also, like you said, we saw how hard that Nocturne actually was to kill with no armor items or anything. That last time he went in, he was just 1v4 in the center of him.
Oh, Singularity gets a double taunt. There's the Shadow Dash in. There's the Hero's entrance to keep them all safe. They're knocked into the air. They've already lost Silver Spade and Daddy's Milk, probably soon to follow. Justice Punch knocks him into the air. He's going to get taunted once again by that Shield of Durant, and he will finally go down. White Knight picks up another one. Aramar flashes over the base wall, and Eisenshield throws down as much as he can, but Aramar just rips him apart. Aramar now looking at the inhib as Naked Beekeeper and Seymour shove in the mid. Singularity is going to be the first one back here. He's trying to get Aramar away from that, but this is very dangerous for a support to stand there, but he's not isolated thanks to those minions. Aramar actually getting the lesser end of this one. He's going to have to back away. Naked Beekeeper going to get nice 90 caliber net away from him.
Uh-oh, they're going to have to back off here.
For it. He doesn't have the Shadow Dash available. They're able to kite back. Oh, there's the Shadow Dash, but onto a Yordle Snapchat. The Shockwave pulls in all of Zero Effort. Regantis getting focused down, and Naked Beekeeper picks that one up. Aramar got the inhib in the bottom.
What a Shockwave there from the Orianna Seymour there.
Oh, Lifeborn Disintegration Ray. Aramar gets shut down finally. Singularity. Hero, or a Justice Punch his way to safety. but they're gonna get another inhib in favor of the Treehouse Kids. And you kind of have to question Regantus's build here on Shen. Very rarely do you see anyone go for the Wit's End anymore.
Right.
It's very greedy and suboptimal in the majority of cases, including this particular one, where you need the health from and the CDR from Spirit Visage. If you wanted damage, you'd go for the Titanic Hydra. It's just more efficient. It gives you some extra tank stats as well. I really don't like this Wit's End build.
Yeah, we'll see what Zero Effort does right here.
They have
kind of
two
running out of
inhibs
options,
down. I mean, at this point, all the Treehouse Kids need to do is bait Baron, or even not bait Baron, not take that risk, just have everyone group up in the top side.
Yeah, if you had 5-man top there, just putting pressure on that turret, you'd let the Winions push in from the bot and mid lane. Or, like you said, make them come out to the Baron pit. Win a fight there. Yeah, Lucian is all the way in the bot lane down there.
Yeah, and White Knight's nowhere to be found. Singularity's caught, and he's just gonna go down to the dredge line from Daddy's Milk. And yeah, a pick right next to the Baron. Treehouse Kids know exactly what to do right now. Kamui is recalling now, but he's not gonna make it to this Baron in time. White Knight, nowhere to be seen. He's clearing out the wave in the mid, and it's gonna be an uncontested Baron for the Treehouse Kids. Surely, yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, now it's going to be almost impossible to stop this siege in the top lane. I mean, they only have so much wave clear for Baron buffed minions.
Baron buffed minions and the super minion waves piling up in the mid and bottom lane waves. It's just... There's so much pressure from the Treehouse Kids now. I think they can just really ride this one out. Regantus, that's not your wave clear champion. You're never going to clear out the wave with just a Shen with Wit's End. The tower goes down. They're bringing this nice big wave up to the tower.
Yeah, we're going to have to see...
Yeah, and look, Naked Beekeeper using those traps. He just... able to walk up nicely and auto attack it. Oh, here we go! There's the Stand United Heroes entrance! Naked Beekeeper are forced away from the fight! Redemption's gonna come down! Regantus gets the Shadow Dash, but only on a Silver Spade, and Naked Beekeeper kiting back! Regantus falls down! Daddy's Milk, in the meanwhile, has been wreaking havoc in the front of Zero Effort. Daddy's Milk backing away now. His job is done. Kamui trying to do what he can. Seymour, Shockwave flashed in! Kamui ace in the hole will take him out! Eisenschild, Krot, the only remaining member of Zero Effort, and that is gonna be the game. Aramar wasn't even in that fight, just ending the game with those super minion waves. The Treehouse Kids will go 5-1. That's 100% chance they're going to playoffs.
Just really good execution throughout the game. They really snowballed that lead that came out of the bottom lane, and I mean, yeah, sure, we saw a few of them get picked and stuff like that, but nothing serious enough to get Zero Effort back into the game. So just a good executed game for them.
Yeah, Naked Beekeeper and Silver Spade just really asserting their dominance and then spreading it out across the map as they rotated appropriately, let Naked Beekeeper rip away at those towers, and kite back really nicely in these fights.
Yeah, just a great game. Let's go ahead and get the MVP voting ready.
Yeah, we are going to throw up the MVP poll, so you can vote on that in the meantime. We're going to get into the next game after the break, so thanks guys so much for watching, and see you in just a few minutes.